Hey y'all, and welcome to Monner's Market, and welcome to the Christmas DIY Challenge. This challenge is hosted by Heidi over at Heidi Sonboul DIY. This month's theme is Christmas, obviously, and there will be a playlist listed below with a ton of Christmas inspiration for you. And I just want to thank Heidi for allowing me to be a part of this video this month. So for my DIYs, for DIY number 1, I have made the most adorable riser or tray, whatever you want to call it. I took these rounds that you can get from Hobby Lobby. I only paid $2.24, but you can also get them for $4 on the 2 weeks, that they're 50% off. These little snowmen were 50% off, so I paid $3 for them, and I paid $3 for these just chunks of like wood or whatever, and I thought they were individual, but they weren't. And then I'm going to use that antique wax throughout the whole video and my wood stick hot glue, which I am obsessed with. It's by Sure Bonder. So I start out by taking a baby wipe and my antique wax by Waverly, and I just rub it all over my wood, giving it the most beautiful stain that it just can't be any easier to work with this stuff. I am actually going to be using the antique wax throughout the entire video on all of my wood so that everything's matchy-matchy and all works together in the end. So I cover all of my wood, get it stained beautifully, and it literally took me maybe 5 minutes in real time. So once I got that done, I took my little snowmen and I placed them on the bottom on all 4 corners. There's not a corner to a circle, obviously, but I made my little feet out of the snowmen. I thought they were beautiful for little legs for this riser. Once I got my snowmen in place, I took these, what are they called? Tumbling tower blocks from the Dollar Tree, and stood some up just to bring it and give it some height, as you can see right there. Once I did that, I thought I was going to be adding these little pieces of wood on individually, one by one, and to my surprise, it was one big wrap, which made my job so much easier, and this was almost done. I was like so tickled to find that was one piece and not individual pieces, because literally all I did was took my wood stick hot glue, and I would prefer I would suggest you use wood glue because that stuff is a little heavy and will pull down on your regular hot glue, and I just don't think it would hold up. So I used the wood stick hot glue by Sure Bonder, like I said, and I just went all around wrapping that until I got the entire side covered. I had, I think, like 3 little pieces left over, and I just went in with my scissors, cut it off, and guys, that was literally all there was to making this. It couldn't have not been any easier, and I am obsessed with the way this turned out. I don't have but about maybe $5 or $6 in this whole entire tray, and I think it is absolutely stunning. Now, this is a very popular theme right now, the Woodlands theme for Christmas, and I think it has kind of inspired me for the rest of this video to sort of go in that woodsy woodland direction. What do you think about those little snowmen for legs on this thing? Now, this is actually 15 inches round. I was surprised that it ended up being so big, and you can put a lot of stuff on top of this. So let me know down in the comments what you think about this first DIY. I happen to love it. It is my absolute favorite of the whole entire video. Look at it. So for DIY number 2, I have this, it looks like a paddle to me. Like it looks like a paddle. But it's called a cutting board, and I actually got that super duper cheap at Hobby Lobby. So I am going to do the same exact thing. I'm going to take my antique wax, a baby wipe, and I am going to just cover this paddle, is what I'm going to continue to call it. You can call it whatever you want to call it, but I loved it. I thought it was just the most adorable thing. When I found it so cheap, I don't know, I was just like, oh yes, I know what I'm going to do with that. And I kind of already in my head knew what I wanted to do when I brought it home. So once I got it covered in the wood stain, now you do have to let this completely dry, but it doesn't take that long. So I took one of my Chalk Couture transfers. Now, if you are new to my channel, I am a Chalk Couture designer, and everything that I'm using from Chalk Couture today will be listed in my link tree. And there are also going to be links going straight to my Chalk Couture website in my description box. And if by some chance you're interested in becoming a designer, you can start your own at-home business for literally $99. And they have the most beautiful things. But anyway, I didn't come here to sell Chalk Couture today. I just wanted to tell you a little bit about it. So once I got that one done, I go to the bottom and added in this beautiful pesto green color the next words that says, Santa, please stop here. I love, love, love that color. It is my absolute favorite color of paint for this season, this Christmas. And if you've seen any of my other videos, you'll see where I've used it. Now, I take this ribbon from, I believe I got that from Dollar General last year, just the red and black buffalo check, and glued that down. And then I have the most beautiful little ribbon from BB Crafts that they sent me to show you guys some things that they have. And it's like a burlap lace almost. And I just decided to put that right on top of it. Look how cute that is. And it goes so perfect with this woodsy kind of woodland, I don't know, just rustic Christmas feel. I love this theme for this year. And I'm super excited about all of the things that I have created for you for this particular video and the other things that I'm going to be creating throughout the Christmas holiday season. If you are new to my channel, you've never been here before, my name is Brenda, but my sweet grandbabies call me Monner. So that's where Monner's Market came from. So I'm just kind of deciding here what I want to sort of zhuzh that up with, and kept playing around with it till I found a few things and decided and stuck with it. Once I got it kind of settled where I wanted, you know, what I wanted on there, then I got everything glued down and in place. And then I took these adorable little galvanized tags that I got a while back, I think like over the summer, from the Dollar Tree. And I had never chalked on anything galvanized before, but I was blown away at how easy and smooth and beautiful this came out. And I know I'm not doing it yet, but I'm getting ahead of myself. But you'll see here in just a moment where it's super duper easy to chalk onto this galvanized material, and it just added the most perfect little touch to me for this little paddle or cutting board or whatever you want to call it. But now here's the little tag that I'm talking about. I just took one out, and I just thought it just needed a little bit of more something there, and I thought this tag would be perfect. And it says Happy Holidays. I'm just trying to decide the orientation here. Do I want to turn it sideways or up and down or blah, blah, blah. So anyway, I go in with my, I believe it's candy apple red, yeah, on the top for happy. And then on the bottom, I just used our black and did the holidays part. And it just literally popped on top of this galvanized. And I love, love, love it. And again, like I said, I'm going to slow this down and let you see the reveal. This is the most satisfying thing ever. Ta-da! Look how beautiful. It took me literally not even 1 full minute to do that. Now I'm just going to take 3 little small beads. I'm going to leave them in the natural color. I probably should have stained them, but oh well, I was over it at this point. And I'm just going to add them to the tag just for a little bit of, I don't know, just a cuteness or whatever. Then I'm going to add my tag to the top of my board, and that is it. This board is done. Super quick, super easy, and absolutely gorgeous in my opinion. I would love to know what you think about how this board turned out. I love it. And you will see that black and red buffalo check theme throughout my video. Look at that chalk couture. Oh my gosh, it's just absolutely stunning. I love it. It makes everything beautiful. DIY number 3, another chalk couture piece. I can't help it. I'm obsessed. What can I say? I took one of these blackboards from the Dollar Tree and I cut off one of my transfers out of this 4-pack. Love it, love it, love it. And all I'm going to use is just the top part with the holly and the berries. And I think it says Welcome Christmas. I can't hardly see right here. And it's been a few days since I did it, so I don't honestly remember. Let's see. Yeah, Welcome Christmas. And I go in with the white for the Welcome Christmas. And then I'm going to go in with the same green, the pesto, and then my candy apple red for the little berries, and finish it off. And that's all there is to making the picture part of this gorgeous, gorgeous picture. Now watch. I'm going to slow down and let you... Ta-da! Tell me that's not the most amazing thing you watched all day. I love it. I love, love, love it. It is almost foolproof. And if I can do it and make it turn out perfect every time, you can definitely do it. Now I'm just taking some beads. I am going to put them on these skewers. That is the easiest way in the world to color your beads. I'm going to do some in the candy. No, that's not candy apple red. That's crimson from Waverly. The pesto from Chalk Couture, and then that antique wax. And I'm just going to bead them, and I'm not going to slow down because it doesn't take a genius to figure out how to bead some beads onto some twine. And I add it to the back of this picture, and then I just take a pick from the Dollar Tree. I deconstruct it and sort of play around with it, and voila. And the florals match the little, what was that thing? The paddle thingy that I just did. So it all kind of comes together in this beautiful vignette in the end. But definitely let me know down in the comments what you think about how this picture turned out for literally $1. You know, other than the beads and things that I had on hand already. Look at that Chalk Couture. Oh, I'm so obsessed. Now let's get into my fourth DIY. This cute little candy box. I love this stinking little thing. And it was $2 from the Dollar Tree. I'm using a box and a chalkboard. Imagine that. Brenda using a chalkboard again. But you know what? You can use Chalk Couture to literally doll up anything. Anything. And you're about to see for $2 how easy this was. So again, I take the antique wax and I stain my wood so that this whole theme kind of stays together and matches beautifully in my kitchen when it's over. Once I get it stained, I set it aside and let it dry. And once it's dry, I'm going to come back in with another beautiful transfer from Chalk Couture, and it just says Deck the Halls, and it has these cute little ornaments on it. And I started to get really super colorful with the ornaments, and then I was like, nope. Pump the brakes, calm down, keep your colors together so that your vignette will all match in the end. So I contained myself, but it was really hard because I could have made that super duper colorful. And that's the wonderful thing about Chalk Couture is that you can make it in any color you want. And if you mess up, guess what? You just take it in the kitchen, wipe it down with some cool water, and start over again. But if you like your design and you want to keep it that way forever and ever, just spray a little thin coat of some clear coat on it, like a clear spray or some polyacrylic or something. And then you can keep your beautiful design forever and ever. So again, I'm going in with the same colors that I'm using throughout this video. And now see, I started to go with the pink there. That's when I was like, nope, pump the brakes, back up, rewind, stay with your colors. Calm down, killer. And I went with the colors that kept it kind of uniform throughout the video. So once I got all of my little chalkboard topper thingamajigger painted up, I'm going to slow down and show you again, because that to me is just like mesmerizing. I can watch it a million times and never get tired of the reveal when you pull back a transfer. So I'm going to hush and let you... Now see why I thought I slowed that down? Oh, man. Anyway, now I'm going to take a couple of little beads, and I wanted to make a handle or a couple of handles for my little thing. I'm going to use the Crimson by Waverly and just paint my little beads. And then I'm going to take 2 of the Tumbling Tower blocks, and I'm going to paint them black. And then I'll just build it into a handle once everything is dry and ready to go. And then I'll have the 2 cutest little handles on the side of my top for my little candy box. And literally for $2, I think it is adorable. I love it, and I cannot wait to read in the comments what you think about how this little candy box turned out. Now, tell me this in the comments. Do you like the handles, or would you leave them off? I've had 50-50 from the people who've said it. Some people are like, yes, no, the handles are adorable, perfect little touch, and others are like, nope, you really need to just pop them off, which I could do, depending on what you tell me. Pop them off and just leave it, and then just take the top off and on to, you know, for the kids to be able to reach in and pull out a piece of candy. But how adorable is that? I mean, look. And look how pretty that chalk couture just dolled it up in no time. Now, for this DIY, I am loving the black and red buffalo check. So I take these 3 little houses that I've had from way, way back, probably last year, honestly, if truth be told, from the Dollar Tree, and this buffalo check paper that you can get at Hobby Lobby every 2 weeks. And then it's, you know, Hobby Lobby has a sale for 2 weeks for half the store. And then the other 2 weeks is the other half of the store. And it's always like 50% off. So I get this paper for, well, the paper is for $1. Anyway, I'm rambling. So I take my Mod Podge and not my Mod Podge, my black. And the reason I did that is just in case I didn't cut it very well, the paper. I took that black to kind of fill in the edges where you kind of couldn't see if I messed up too bad. But anyway, I take the same antique wax and just go all over. Now, I wasn't sure because these houses were made out of this sort of laminate, shiny material or whatever. And I wasn't sure if it would take this stain, but man alive, it took it beautifully. And I love the way they turned out. It brought my whole theme together. All of my woods matched, and love it when a theme comes together. Now I'm taking my Mod Podge, and I'm going to go in and add my little scrapbook paper to the backing of these little houses. And I know this is super cute, super easy, and you've probably seen a million people use these houses and do this, but I've never done it, and I think they're adorable. Now, look at these cute little wreaths. I paid $2.50, and there are 8 wreaths in that pack, so that is a really good deal. So I just kind of played around with it, which I don't know why I'm really showing you this part, because I end up tearing it off and putting a different little ribbon thingy on there so that it all matches. And then I took this Christmas tree out of the ornament packs that you can get from the Dollar Tree, painted it with my wood grain, and look how beautiful this little owl is. It's one of the ornaments that you can get at the Dollar Tree right now. I just added a little dab of glue, put it right on the front of that house, and it just popped off of that house. These I got from Dollar General. And those little bells, who doesn't like a jingle bell at Christmas time? I thought they were the most beautiful thing, and they matched perfectly with my theme for this video. And every time you move that picture, you hear Christmas jingle bells. I love it. Love it. Anyway, so I'm taking this little pick and sort of dolling up these little house frames. And then I go back and I tear off the one that I have on the wreath and add one to that, just so that it all matches and everything is uniform and comes together perfectly. And once I did that, I needed something to hang them with. So I got my little skewers out, painted some black and some white, and just made me some cute little hangers. I said black and white. No, black and red. The Crimson by Waverly and the Ink by Waverly. And I made my little hangers for my pictures and added it to the back, and voila, that was it. Look how cute these turned out. Make sure you leave me a comment down below and let me know what you think about my little houses. I just think they are adorable. Matches my theme perfectly, and I just love them. Dollar Tree has the most amazing ornaments out right now. So if you haven't been to a Dollar Tree lately, go get you some before they're gone, because you know once it comes in and everybody finds them, they're going to be gone, and you're going to wish you had got it when you saw it. Look how cute those picks are from Dollar General. Let me know down in the comments what you think about these little houses. Now let's get into my final DIY, my DIY number 5. Oh no, that's hilarious. That was my final DIY. This is Brenda with Modern's Market. Thank you for coming. Thank you for watching. Thank you, Heidi, for allowing me to be a part of your video today. Go watch the playlist, guys. Thank you for coming. Thank you for watching. I need to slow down. Be blessed. Bye now.